Namaste and welcome, family. Thank you, family, friends, collaborators, colleagues, other animal parents and animal lovers, Rory lovers all around the world. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Amy's, and Rory's spirit for being here to celebrate my beautiful, sweet boy, Rory, who unfortunately transitioned over the Rainbow Bridge much sooner than we would hope or thought of as he navigated a very big, sort of mysterious medical situation since last October, having to do with his teeth and neurological. And we did all we could, and now we are here together to celebrate his life and remember all the best bits about him, which was everything, and to support each other in grieving not only Rory, but all of our animal children who we may still be grieving. Those who we parented, those who we co-parented, those that we supported and took care of, those that we loved that perhaps were from afar. Grief spreads widely, and this is an opportunity for us to have closure. This is an opportunity for me and everyone who knew and loved Rory to have closure. And I chose to do a virtual experience after realizing that Rory really spent half his life in New York and half his life in LA, and people all around the world have had the privilege of meeting him and connecting with such a special spirit, both in person and virtually. So we're going to give another moment for everyone to come on in. If you are wondering where I am right now, I am in the bathroom because Rory's favorite place in the universe was the shower. And in fact, we have him in his urn and the picture of him that I keep on my altar and the water running, which may be hard to tell, but I can assure you that I have it dripping to his precise requirements. So I'm going to tap into the chat really quickly. Hi, Mom. I love you. Namaste, KJ. Thanks for being here. Reverly, love you. Namaste, Jay. Welcome. Love to the West Coast of Canada. Thanks for being here. So we have quite the program. I've slightly adjusted it, but we are going to be guided through this healing experience. I am going to start with a eulogy that's really going to lead us into a moment of silence to embrace Rory, and really to give a moment of silence for all of those that we love that transition over the Rainbow Bridge. Then we will have an opportunity to share, you all will have an opportunity to share about Rory. We will be doing a video of Rory that some of you saw a part of that video, but I've expanded quite a bit on that video. It's a little over 5 minutes, and that's going to be in between. Then we will give an opportunity after we share about Rory. Those can share about your animal children that have transitioned over, that you want support around, that you want to celebrate. And then we will go into a beautiful sound bath. And this is going to be a sound bath that I'm going to channel in the moment that is going to support us in healing our grief around our animal children. Hi, Moo. That's my sister, Nina. Thanks for being here. Love you. Namaste, Sherilyn. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, and I'm sure many of us can relate. So again, for those who have come in a few moments late, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Yes, I am in the bathroom because Rory's favorite place in the world is the shower. And while I have considered bringing his urn in and out of the shower as much as he would have thought that was completely logical and feasible, I am not doing that. I am going to put him back to his altar, but I am bringing him around tonight. And so I have him here in the shower. He's facing us, but I know that he can drink the water however he wants. And I have the water dripping to his precise demands and specifications for the occasion. So, uh, forgive me, those who are upset about the running water, indulge me. But know that Rory had a small amount of running water pretty much all the time because he would not drink out of a fountain. He would not drink out of a bowl. He wouldn't do anything unless it had to do with a sink or a shower. And you're going to find out more about that very soon. So I have many candles lit, including this bathroom already, but I'm going to light a candle for Rory. And I invite you to light a candle as well, for Rory and or for your animals that have transitioned over the Rainbow Bridge. And the reason that we are lighting this candle is because the candle helps to guide the spirits to us. They allows them to see the light and follow the light. And it allows us to bridge in that connection with them and honor their spirit. So I invite you, I forgot I turned the torch on already. I invite you to take a moment and breathe it all in and allow yourself to be present with whatever emotions are coming up for you at this time. There are so many animal children that have touched my life in very impactful ways. Ones that were my children. Rory's not the first child that has transitioned over the Rainbow Bridge for me. And I've also had others that I've connected to from family and friends, and maybe you can relate. Maybe you have a special way that is sacred for you to honor and support them. I have an animal altar that is by my bed, and I have a couple of pictures of some of my animal children that I feel guided to place there. Like I have Popcorn and Rory, and then I have some other um, animal children that have meant a lot to me. So I'm going to put this down because it's going to get hot, and I'll actually put it right here beside his picture, and I will show you. Actually, I'm pretty sure I put this picture in the video, but I will just indulge you for the moment. This is the picture that I keep of him on my altar. And yes, that is my foot. He enjoyed foot pets. Most cats do. If you don't believe me, just turn on TikTok or YouTube. All right. So we are going to begin officially the ceremony, and I invite you to get comfortable, to go about your day, to be with your animal children that are currently still here and present with us in this plane and dimension. Amy is passed out, and I imagine that she will show up at some point during the ceremony, but I also feel like she is communicating with Rory and Popcorn and all of the others who are spending so much time together. So we will let them be. Namaste, Charlie, and thank you. I appreciate you very much for your kind words. Okay. Rory was so tiny when I first met him that the rescue name that they gave him, this little Mao baby, was Tiny. That was when he was around 4 months old, and some would joke about his intelligence. Just like me, he was quickly underestimated. On the outside, it looked like he needed me, but the truth was that I needed him. It became quickly clear that his intelligence, silly and adorable water cat, was clever and capable and full of love. In hindsight, while he was breaking tons of glassware, hacking into childproof cabinets, breaking through locked trash cans, or shaking freezing cold water all over me and my electronics, everything had a purpose. It turned out this delightful soul filling my darkest moments with light, love, and laughter, had a lot to accomplish in his time with me and Amy. He was an incredible, powerful, and at times infuriating teacher. Rory had the type of charm where he got away with everything, no matter who it was. He would bring you to rage through his mischievous antics within seconds and calm you with his sweet purrs, make you laugh with that grin in an instant. He taught me about unconditional love of self and others. He taught me about patience and how to not take life too seriously. He taught me about asking for what I desire and having focused ambition to achieve it. He taught me about impermanence and to value each present moment, item, and beings around me. He was a force, a little Mao prince who grew to be a giant, and his personality filled the room. Rory knew how to take up space. One of my favorite behaviors of Rory was also his annoying ability to insert himself anywhere. He was always in the room where it happens, except for when he wasn't allowed in the healing room and would scream for literally hours, testing my ability to stay centered. He was training me all along, and now each moment feels a bit more empty, sometimes even a lot because he's no longer physically in the room. And while that's true, it's also true that he's with me all the time, and with each of those who will continue to love him. If you met Rory in any way, chances are he will come to visit anytime you're running water or trying to do anything important to get your love and attention. He certainly had and has mine. Rory is always with us and within us. Before we took Rory into the vet, Amy, his Uncle Mercury, and myself had a special ceremony for him. I promised him that what he taught me was not for nothing. And I promised I wouldn't give up, that I would finish the mission and honor the purpose we started. After all, that's what he was here to make sure that I do. Those of you who are here live or watching the replay may have some words for Rory or a memory of Rory you would like to share. And I look forward to hearing all of them. But before we do, I ask you all join me in a moment of silence as a chance to call upon Rory and any other animal children we love in hopes to hear, feel, or sense them supporting us here and now. And then I will play a video to honor Rory before we get into talking about Rory. Thank you. Namaste, Raven. Thanks for joining. So at this point, I will play the video for Rory. Again, it's approximately 5.5 minutes. So this is a really great time for you to reflect, and I invite you to share in the comments any stories, memories, or words that you have for Rory. And then later, we will give an opportunity for you to share about your own fur children. So I ask that you focus on Rory initially. And we are going to play this meow. At this right now. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this not the cutest friendship bonding right now? Can you not tell that you've known each other in past lives? Do you see this?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Baby.
I'm like trying to convey. He is such a. Oh my god, see, and you even know exactly what he wants to hear. Rory?
So-
Are you making biscuits? Are you making biscuits? Don't let me interrupt you. We're back in the shower for our first time in a really long time. How's it going? We have a happy tail. Thank you for those who watched that video and to all of those who have loved Rory and spent time making memories with him and with us. At this time, I invite you to share stories about Rory, anything that comes to mind, anything that you want to say to him. It's okay if it's sad. It's okay if it's happy. It's okay if it's a mixture. I can handle it. As you could probably imagine, today is the 20th day and I'm cried out. So feel free to share what's on your heart. KJ says, I'm so glad I got to meet him in LA. Me too, KJ. That was such a special time together. And also big shout out to Revly for helping make that happen. I loved how he always knew when we were video chatting and insisted on coming to say hi. Yeah. He converted you into a dog and cat person. Raven sending hearts. My mom says he was a great cat. He was. My sister. All the love. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, I missed this one. KJ says, "Aw, sweet mans. I love his and Amy's bond." Yeah, they were the most inseparable and in love, and it was mind blowing how quickly they bonded. The Yes, Raven, majestic soul. He loved you so much. He loved our Zoom calls. I mean, I was told when they were 6 months apart, and Rory was still baby, very much baby when I brought Amy home, but he was like 3 times the size of her already at that time. And my family friend who I adopted her, who she worked with a rescue, she said it's important that you separate them and put Amy, she literally like fit right this size, put her in the bathroom and give her time to acclimate, this and the other. So I do this, and instantaneously they're both screaming and they're pawing at each other underneath the door. And I couldn't get Rory to calm down. I tried to move him around, I tried to distract him, all this, he would not budge. And so finally I called up Marcy and I said, "Hey, have you ever experienced this before? Because I think they want to be together right now." And she was like, like, just, do it, but just make sure that they're, watch them to make sure that everything is okay. I opened the door, and the second I did, they stopped screaming. And that was it. Love ever since. And I firmly believe that they have had a love story throughout all the lifetimes. Thank you for the love, Revly. Yes, Jessica, so beautiful celebrating Rory today. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. It's an honor to have you here. So at this point, I invite you, as many of us um, have been grieving other animals, other animal children. I invite you to speak their names, type their names, and share whatever story is on your heart. And of course, you're totally welcome to share more words about Rory to Rory, memories about Rory, whatever resonates. But I really want to hold space for everyone and all of the animal children that we have loved. Because again, I've also loved many animal children and love many animal children, right? We don't stop loving them when they transition off this plane. Sherilyn said, I have brothers in the past, now a mother daughter team. Thank you for sharing, Sherilyn. I honor you. How's Amy dealing? Amy is having a very challenging time, as we would imagine, but I do feel that the devastation that we feel is different because they're so close in consciousness. And I believe that the animal collective is highly telepathic, both with humans and also most definitely with and among their species. And I think that's proven with cats, especially in the fact that cats do not meow, chirp, any of these things at other animals. They will hiss, but they do not communicate in their chirps and all of that. They only communicate this way to humans that they bond with, which shows that they have language, which shows that they know how to communicate with us and that they don't need that communication with each other. So one, has to imagine or could imagine that they are incredibly telepathic. And so I believe that for her, while there is a feeling of loss, where while there is devastation, that, like I said, she's sleeping right now. I believe that she is with him right now. That she's playing with him and communicating in her own way, and she's very needy. She's loving being an only child and also not, she misses the love of her life. And um, each moment I'm attempting to figure out how to navigate my grief as well as her grief. Spooky Precious, her brother purrs and clothes. Sending so much love. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. KJ said, I really miss my golden retriever, Julius. He was my first pet when I was 15 and the best emotional support boy during a rough period of life. Blessed me with so much love and laughter. I love that you had that opportunity with Julius, KJ. And what a great name. That's such a great name. And golden retrievers are wonderful. I was just speaking earlier about a golden retriever that probably the first golden retriever that I ever fell in love with. His name was Buddy, and he belonged to my uncle Herb, family friend, and Lisa, and we had an instant bond when we were very young. Sherilyn says, today I have Ariel, her daughter, Lily, and Bella. Sending love to them as well. Raven said, my beloved Bella, my love has grown more in so many ways all across the Milky Way and dimensions, eternal, unconditional love. Bella is special. Thank you so much, Raven. KJ said, and I was really sad that I didn't get to say goodbye at the end. Wish I could have honored him. That's always so challenging when we don't feel like we have closure to say goodbye, right? And that's so much of why we're holding this space right now. And I invite you, KJ, to acknowledge that you're honoring him all the time because you are incredibly, incredibly loving, and you're honoring him by speaking him out now. Oh, I love that. Sherilyn says, I sit downstairs for 30 minutes in the morning with Lily and meow at each other. I love that. My heart goes out to her, gives her lots of grace. These are beautiful shares. And I invite you to keep sharing, to share from your heart whatever's coming up about Rory. Again, anything you want to say to him, any stories, and any of your animal children that have transitioned over the Rainbow Bridge, or any animal children that you've loved that pass over the Rainbow Bridge, whether they're fur children, scaled children, um, feathered children. I was like, I feel like I'm missing one. Or even insects. Any creature that is an animal in your eyes, and we're all animals, really, right? So with that, while you are sharing in the chat, I'm going to take this moment to relocate us to the healing room, which is where Rory always wanted to be. KJ says, I'm so happy that you had Rory, that video of him hugging you. Wow, the cutest. I know. Thank you, KJ. I'm so grateful that I had him. He was the absolute best boy and, best man's. So I thank you all for sharing so vulnerably and continuing to share vulnerably. And I invite you to bring those love and memories and those emotions into this healing experience where we will journey through the grief together. So let us go relocate. And I'm mostly set up, but it's going to take me just a second because I only have two hands and I'm afraid to drop things. KJ said, I know he loved and helped you so much. He did, and he does. Okay. Let us rise up here. I think I'm going to leave this candle for him in here. I'm going to leave the water running for now. If anyone wants to, we're going to bring him. But this is the Bastet urn, same urn that Popcorn had. And ironically, Rory broke Popcorn's urn, which was why I laid his ashes, because I was fed up with him breaking it. I'm doing quite a balance right now. Here we go. Just a moment. I'm just gathering all the things. Do I have water? I do not. This is my water. To drink some. I invite you to sit down, lay down for this experience. You can continue with what you're doing, but I would advise that and encourage that you don't, just for the simple fact that you're going to be moving emotions and energy. Jay said, I'm remembering Pran Princess, my all black cat. She passed December 2023. She was a beautiful presence in my life and she loved to talk. She also had a catitude. I love that, Jay. Thanks for sharing and sending so much love and honoring to you and Princess. Thank you, KJ. Yes, it's a beautiful urn. Sherilyn says, thank you for sharing your love for him. Thank you, Sherilyn. I'm glad you had time with Rory. My heart goes out to you. I understand completely. Thank you. Rev said, I'm remembering and honoring all of my own fur babies who have crossed over and all of those I've guided over as a member of the veterinary community, each one precious and unique and magical. My gosh, yeah, Rev, I can't imagine, Revly, how many you have supported at this time. So keep on typing. I just have to grab one more thing and then we're going to get started. But I encourage you again to get comfortable You're going to be welcome to close your eyes or to leave them open. You're going to be moving some energy. Make sure you have some water with you as well. I'll be right back. I was seeing if Amy would make an appearance, but she is still asleep, so she's most definitely with him. All right. Turn off the fan. I just have to change some audio settings really quickly so that way you can actually hear the instruments. Shaylin said Bella is 9 years old and still makes biscuits on me after each breakfast and dinner. I absolutely love what you're doing. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you, Shaylin. Namaste, May. Thank you. Hope you caught everything earlier because you were in the video. Your arm, your favorite picture of holding Rory's paw. Just changing the audio settings. And then we're going to do a little test. Okay. I'm going to test something here. Can you hear this? Can someone let me know? Oh, you just arrived. I'm loving you, my friend. There's a replay, so anybody who wants to watch replay is welcome to. And again, you're welcome to write into the chat any memories of Rory and or any other animal children. Can someone tell me if you can hear these sound bowls? You can. Okay, thank you. That was all I needed to know. Okay, so everyone get comfortable. You'll notice that the throat chakra bowl is missing because almost, in true Rory fashion, as I said, he broke every sort of thing you could possibly imagine or close to breaking anything. And the throat chakra bowl got broken. So we have a new one on the way, but it's not here yet. So his presence will be the throat chakra for sure. So I thank you again so much for being here. I invite you to take some slow, deep breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as you are breathing and tuning in here, I invite you again to allow that grief to surface. Allow for your animal children that have transitioned over and the animals that you've loved to come and join you, providing you with comfort and messages, support. You may feel them around. You may have visuals, different sensations. We also have Reiki flowing, which has been flowing throughout the session. If you read the description, you know that, but I forgot to mention it again. The Reiki is flowing throughout this whole experience, helping us to heal our grief even deeper. So if you would like to receive this Reiki, simply just say, I choose to receive this Reiki for my highest good and for the highest good of all. All of these instruments have been infused with Reiki, and I am sending it with all of my love to each and every one of us who need this right now. That would be Rory. Always breaking things. Thanks, Rory, for letting us know that you're definitely here. Namaste. I want to thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for holding my hand through this journey. And it's an honor to hold yours. If you have any final words of love, stories about Rory, your other animal children, or anything that you feel called to share, that you want to share about this experience, whether you just want to talk about the sound bath for grief, or whether you want to talk about the entirety of Rory's memorial, I would be honored to hear and then, or read, I guess, and communicate. Reach out in the chat and I will come closer to all of you with hopefully without breaking anything, since Rory seems quite, I'm amazed that that did not break that bowl. I'm glad that you found this lovely. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Sherilyn says there's nothing like the bond between a fur baby and a parent. Totally agree. Totally agree. Let me go through because I'm seeing that I missed some here. Jay says Rory was quite obviously very, very special being. I'm honoring him so much right now. Thank you, Jay. That means so much to me. Yes, he was incredibly special. What a beautiful video. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Sherilyn says I chose to accept this talking, yes. Reiki, yes. Reiki is a universal life force energy that is a healing energy. Same energy that we're all made of, the same energy of the sun that grows the grass. That's okay, Camille. Namaste. Camille helped me through my first fur baby, Popcorn. Well, my first cat fur baby. I actually had a hamster named Cameron who was very special and would eat on my shoulder while I, like little treats while I was doing my homework. Who else saw that light on this side? Just shoot of light came down. But Rory and Popcorn were both Egyptian Mao rescues, and Popcorn lived to almost 21. So the fact that Rory only lived to 11 was really a big shock, for sure. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, definitely. I went to go and hit the chimes, and initially I hit them and they were totally fine, and then after I stopped touching it, it just knocked over. I truly can't believe that it didn't break it, but honestly I'm grateful for at least that. But my mom says she loves sound baths. Yeah. Jay says I feel like all of our animal friends are so happy to be remembered and honored like this. I totally agree, Jay. I totally agree. KJ said, saw the light. Oh my goodness. Hamster Cameron. Yes, he was I guess like sort of a beige and brown teddy bear hamster. And he was amazing. Unfortunately, he ended up with this tumor, and I had to emergently help him transition over the Rainbow Bridge. And that was my first pet that was not like a fish, that I had to navigate that with. And yeah, they don't live very long, so that in itself, you know, it is sad. But does anybody else have anything more that they want to share? Anything about the sound bath? Anything about the experience? Anything about Rory or your animal children? I want to make sure that everyone feels heard and that they've had the space to honor their fur children, or feather children, or scale children, or arachnid children. Honestly, I'm really getting into jumping spiders. They're like viral right now on YouTube shorts, and they're so cute. And I'm wrapping my mind around how cute they actually are. But I don't. I think I'm pretty sure Amy would kill. She's a real hunter. She can usually be found in front of the television. When I say in front of it, I mean directly in front of it, watching different birds and squirrels and chipmunks. She wants to kill and eat all of them. So I don't know that jumping spiders that get to be about like an inch or an inch and a half are going to survive very well around her. And to answer the question that I've been asked already a couple times since Rory's transition, will I get another cat? Right now, I am very focused on Amy and myself and um, adjusting. And I've been told already that another cat is going to be coming my way, but I'm honestly not in a rush right now. And Rory really stole the show, as we've been talking about. So um, I also do believe that Amy's excited to be an only child because she's getting all of the attention now all to herself, and she often took a backseat to him by her choice. She was Miss Independent, and now she's Miss in your face, and it's really enjoyable now. Oh, thanks, Dad. Remembering the day we brought Rory home, such an adorable kitty. Yes, he was so cute. So cute. Thank you for that baby picture, by the way. The first picture that you all saw in the updated video, my dad had sent me that. I'm pretty sure that actually was from the day, or if not like the week that we brought him home. KJ said, during the sound bath, I also remembered multiple sweet birdie pet friends: Charlie, Alvin, Stanley, Whiskers, and Bill. That is a huge collection of birds, KJ. I love that. Feathered friends are so special. I look forward to knowing more about them. It was very soothing. I'm glad. Yes, I'm sure that it was soothing outside of Rory crashing the chimes into the solar plexus, which is a very Rory thing to do because Rory had total confidence pretty much all the time, except for when he was afraid of something. He was a total wimp in a lot of different ways. Um, that didn't seem to make sense considering he had a lot of courage and audacity otherwise. So I'm grateful that it was very soothing, and hopefully that chime incident did not de-soothe the rest of the experience for all of you. Again, I appreciate so much that you're here to experience this with me. This is something that I need, and this is something that I desire, um, because I too know what it is like to not be able to say goodbye. And even though our animal children are very much still with us in spirit, and they clearly know how to make themselves known when they want to, um, it's important to honor what grieving means for you, which is so different for everyone. And I'm very much someone who needs time and closure and to be very intentional about the process of the transition and honoring and also giving myself grace. And I hope that if you are feeling a lot of feelings right now, if you are grieving certain pets, or if you are in the process of having animal children that may transition soon, I invite you to give yourself grace, because rushing through grief takes away from our lessons, takes away from the process of honoring them, right? We're grieving because we love, because they loved us unconditionally and we loved them unconditionally. And that's something that we're very much growing and transmuting in humanity. However, with our animal children, we seem to do this effortlessly. So it creates a very special bond. And for many of us, our love that we receive from our animal children and other animals that we are around and close to, it may feel like the only love or the first love, the first time that you felt unconditionally loved, seen, and heard. So it's important that we acknowledge them. KJ said parakeets. Oh, I love parakeets. They're so funny. And Bill was a cockatiel, my favorite. I love cockatiels. They're so funny. I love them with their little hats and just yeah. Actually, it's interesting. There's a I think I'm pretty sure that's name is Bill. There's a cockatoo on that's viral on TikTok right now that I'm pretty sure his name is Bill, and I'm sure that he's viral on other platforms. But that's where I believe that I saw him, and very intelligent. They are very very intelligent beings for sure. So thank you for sharing that. Jay said, I loved it. It is such a cat thing to crash into times like that. They want to get in between you and whatever you are doing. 100% Jay. And Rory was very that. And that's why they weren't allowed in the healing room. And that's why I ended up taking my bedroom and turning it into a healing room in big part, because Rory would just destroy so many different things. And I was worried, like I would have never felt comfortable having the singing bowls in his prime. I would have never felt comfortable having all these instruments like around him. He would have absolutely destroyed them. He broke anything that you could have broken that was fragile. So um, he's definitely making himself known. And during the sound bath for me, um, I was feeling a lot of presence and release, and I felt Rory and Popcorn, like their tails rubbing my neck, and they like kept passing each other like behind me and around me. So it was helpful for me too. Yeah. So KJ says so difficult, Rory. Yeah, 100%. So thank you so much again. This replay is available in perpetuity. I invite you to engage with the chat whenever you feel called to honor Rory and your animal children that you're honoring now. I encourage you to experience the sound bath again. Rory was also really funny. He was always creating a laugh, even in the moments when you were crying, and just to get you to crack a smile. And so, it may even be that those chimes were just to bring you a chuckle and keep me on my toes. So I invite you to do that, and remember that every time you engage with this live stream, that you are engaging with Reiki if you choose to receive it. So keep healing, keep honoring your animal children, and keep supporting yourself and one another. And to those who, like myself now, have animal children that are also grieving these animal children, give them an extra squeeze, an extra pet, an extra kiss, an extra talk, an extra treat, whatever it is that resonates and will bring joy, so that way they can feel this love and healing too. Because when you receive, we all receive. And when we raise our vibration and receive, it makes it easier for them because they're all here and they're super conscious beings to support us. And it gives them a little bit less to navigate. So, again, thank you so much. I love you unconditionally. Rory loves you unconditionally. And I encourage you to call him in and enjoy the experiences of all of your animal children that have transitioned coming to visit. And if you receive a visit from Rory and you want to share it with me, I would love to know. And I'll be thinking of you and sending love your way too. Thank you so much again. I love you unconditionally. Namaste. Be well.